Hey everyone, welcome back to Power Tips. Today we're talking about customer service and new features in the 2025 release wave 2. It appears the cat will also be joining the broadcast. So let's jump right in to the new features that we saw and things that we called out as exciting things that we're interested in. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the case management agent. So we've been hearing a lot more about the different agents and automation that will be coming to Copilot that will be available for us. And and so we have a case management agent, which includes automated case creation, the email classification. There's another feature around email like sensitivity labeling, which might kind of be related to that. We also have smart collaboration tools for connecting with other people, generating our summaries, getting insights, and proactive case monitoring. So, have you guys spent any time on these agents or are you interested in these features?
I haven't spent any time on these, but I am very interested. I think they could help end users quite a bit to find and prioritize the things that they should work on if they put detail into their records.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
that's
all these AI tools, right? We need to make sure that we have clean data for it to learn from. And I think with this, there's a lot of different there's several kind of different docs pages around this agent and the preview. So that's good, but none of them have any pictures. So I still have some questions. Sorry, Malcolm, you started to say
no,
something?
you're good. That was a good call out. I haven't been playing around with these specific like pre-designed agents, I guess we'll call them. I've been working a little bit in dabbling in building other custom agents out for various purposes. I totally agree on the data front. I think that they can be helpful. What keeps nagging me in the back of the mind is, are these fostering complacency in people, right? We talked all along, like how many times have we said it's Copilot, not autopilot, and these agents are great, and I get that the timeline says that we're going from a place where the humans are going to use AI like 80/20 to a place where it's going to be 80% agent focus with 20% human interaction.
Mhm.
I get that. I worry about, are we losing our ability to think critically, or need or desire to think critically, and instead just be like, let the agent do it. And I wonder what impact that's going to have on society as a whole, which is a whole philosophical conversation, not for today, but that's just a whole, that's where my brain
It's a
goes when
good
I see
call
stuff
out.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah, and always in how can we get our team members to use their uniquely human abilities and critical thinking in a way that's valuable. Like great to get rid of the tasks that don't need critical thinking, but then how do we find the right way to still keep people engaged for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Agreed.
The other feature I called out, also kind of Copilot related, is you can now insert your Copilot prompts into your email templates. So administrators can set up
Hmm.
these prompts in the templates. So when the customer service person is using that template, it can fill content based on the prompt. So previously, you just have a template, and then the agent would kind of have to review, add, make changes as needed when they insert the template. But now we'll include the prompt, and it looks like that prompt can also include different knowledge sources as well, so that the Copilot could customize the email template for the CSR. Again, they're still going to need to review it and make sure everything is good. But I think this sounds really interesting, especially when we haven't seen that much innovation in terms of email templates recently. And this should be in public preview now and generally available in October.
I love this one. I love this one because people seem to struggle with, as a general rule, like what's the right prompt? How do I ask the right question? So we can give people pointers and suggestions on things based on tests that are actually working and producing the right information. That's great. That to me is a great use because it's going to save somebody time, which is awesome.
For sure.
100% agree.
It's a good semi segue into the customer knowledge management agent. So despite my criticism, we'll say maybe, or skepticism on the agent thing. I did pick this one as an interesting one. So the idea here that it's going to help quickly create knowledge articles based on case interaction and case history. So this is not a new one. It is in production, or sorry, it is in public preview now. But I chose it because again, on the heels of the previous one, anything that's going to save us time is great. So if it can condense how we dealt with a case into a knowledge article that we can then tweak and refine and call it a day, as opposed to having to come up with, I'm going to craft this from scratch and think about all the things that have to go in. To me, that's a great time-saving thing that's beneficial. What I found most interesting about this is it's one of these ones, and I've seen a handful of these over the last year or so. If you look at the bottom, public preview is now. It's actually considered a production-ready public preview, which is interesting because a lot of times we would say be cautious around preview items because they could change at any time. And so what actually is a production ready public preview? And of course it's a thing that go ahead where, to me, that's Microsoft saying this is coming for sure. It's not a debate. It's happening and you can use it as is, but I assume it still reserves the right that they could change it and tweak it because of the word preview. It's still potentially going to shift under your feet a little bit, but probably not fundamentally and totally change how everything works about it. So interesting language, production ready public preview. Interesting. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that or the customer knowledge management agent as a whole.
I have been waiting for this one. I have customers who've been waiting for this one. I think it's awesome. I think production ready public preview means, don't know this, I think this means we've been telling you all to use agents and we'd really like you to start, even though we're not really sure how this is going to work in your environment, but we think it'll be cool. So here's a new thing for you to please try and tweak and make better and help our agents work. But apart from that, I can't wait to have an agent start to draft knowledge articles. Everybody hates doing that. This is awesome. This is great.
Good stuff.
All right. Now on to the customer service rep updates. So I like to focus on the end users, right? On the people using the tech. And those of us who've been around for a while over the years have seen some awesome updates for people actually using it. And that seems to have gone away in the last year. Now all of our awesome updates are for technology to help you not have to use it. So these are the things for the people who are using it. Unfortunately, they're recycled. So I saw this one pop up. The first one, which you see a screenshot of, automatically restore sessions after a refresh. This was us talking about it on Power Tips in February. It's the same on February 14th. That feature was in public preview now in February and GA of April. Nothing's changed except the dates. Now the public preview was allegedly April, but it's actually February or before, and GA October. Then we also have allow agents to create multi-session apps. We didn't talk about this on Power Tips, but I did go back and look at release wave 1, and it was also there, and that's fine. There's just nothing new. It makes me sad. This one might be new. I don't know. I couldn't find it in release wave 1, but we can talk about it. So this was the other feature for the reps, even though it's really for the supervisors. This is perform bulk actions on filtered conversations. And it talks about these 4 specific bulk actions that a supervisor can perform. First, assign to queue. So take a group of conversations and assign it to the appropriate queue based on your agent's skills or availability. So it sounds like it supports all the routing stuff. Second one is customer messaging. So again, in bulk, send wrap up customers, agent notifications, and then bulk close multiple conversations at once. I wasn't aware we couldn't bulk close, but maybe that's true. These are a preview of September, GA of October. What do you guys think about this? Did we talk about this before? Is this new?
I don't recall specifically talking about it before, but maybe. I know when we talked offline about it, it was like there's confusion in the way it's written because it's called it new, but then it says it was in wave 1, which I feel like is maybe a typo. But either way, this is an interesting one. I like the second one, the customer messaging. Just being able to send wrap-up messages, right? So any interaction I've had with people who work in customer care centers, they are very busy folks, right? They're jumping from one to the next to the next to the next, and I can appreciate that there are scenarios where they don't go through a closing process or they don't send out a follow-up wrap-up because they've literally transitioned their thought process from issue with customer A, boom, into issue with customer B. And that could happen multiple times over the course of a day or afternoon. So for them to be able to sort of grab a bunch and say, route this communication that just says, yes, we're closing out to a bunch of people, that's, to me, that makes a lot of sense to do that. It's, again, another time-saving thing that they don't have to go back and do it manually, individually over time. That seems like a value add.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I agree, Heidi, with you with some of these, thinking, didn't we have this feature around like bulk close and even assigning to queue in bulk? I thought we definitely had that from the kind of classic queue view, but I'm not sure, maybe it wasn't available in the filtered view or other areas. So it's just kind of, I think that's interesting. Need to play with that a little bit more. And I'll be interested to see the notifications, like all of the different real-time notifications that we can do can be so helpful for the users. And need to see more how we can easily kind of configure those and show those to our team members.
Sure. All right, I've got one more slide, a recycled slide. I stole it from Malcolm from last week. Where them features at? Because where are the new innovations in Dynamics customer service? Everything's new, everything's recycled, even the agents are things that we've been talking about for a long time. So where are them features at? I think they're in contact center, but I don't know yet because we haven't dove into that. We will on our next episode of Power Tips. Let's see if all of the customer service innovation has been funneled to contact center. So join us in 2 weeks to find out where them features are at.